Hello everyone and welcome to the Sideline, the place where you get all the highlights for your favorite South Florida teams. My name is Kenneth Bueno.
And I'm Esteban Rodriguez, and the Sideline starts now.
They call it the greatest weekend in stock car racing. 3 months of anticipation came to a close as all three of NASCAR's National Series took to the high banks of the Daytona International Speedway for the sport's 75th anniversary, ending with the Daytona 500. Fans lined up and packed the speedway in celebration of one of NASCAR's most historic traditions, the running of the Great American Race, where veteran Ricky Stenhouse Jr. captured the largest win of his 14-year career, driving the number 47.
Yeah, it's super cool. Like you said, I've been racing a long time. I grew up going to the racetrack. My mom took me to watch my dad when I was 6 weeks old, and I've been going to a racetrack for an average of 40 weekends a year, I would say, my whole life. But it's been a dream for a long time, and super cool for us to be here.
The feeling of victory at Daytona never changed for Xfinity Series driver Austin Hill, who led 38 laps and dominated the last half of the Beef It's What's for Dinner 300. A late caution involving Junior Motorsports teammates Brandon Jones and Josh Berry created an overtime restart, where Hill led the pack back to the checkered flag.
I don't think it really feels much different than when I won in 2019 in the trucks or winning it last year and this year. I think the only thing that's a little sweeter is we went back to back. I think that's really cool. And you get to start the year off, locking yourself in points and that type of thing. So anytime you win at Daytona, it's so special. It's our Super Bowl. I mean, it's the first race of the year. It's all the hype, and a lot of people are here. All the fans are here. So you want to start the season off right, and we were able to do it the last 2 years. Now we got to put our foot down and win some more races throughout the year.
Finally, there was Zane Smith, the third victor of the weekend after scoring a rain-shortened win in the opener for the Craftsman Truck Series. Smith, the defending series champion, went back-to-back in the Nextera Energy 250 and picked up his 8th career victory amid misty conditions on the racetrack.
Well, I mean, regardless of how you end up winning it, obviously, yeah, I want it to be an exciting finish, but like I said, I don't know anyone who's going to turn down a win at Daytona for one, and it's a playoff spot, and we're locked in. I didn't get any stage points tonight, but we're leaving in the playoffs.
Zane Smith, Austin Hill, and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. will all leave the World Center of Racing victorious as NASCAR heads out west for the second race of the season.
All-Star Weekend was this past weekend. It was one to watch. There was a variety of contests, a game between the NBA's best of the best, where captains LeBron James and Giannis Antetokounmpo were able to draft their teammates moments before the game. We have our Heat analyst Alfredo Vanegas with more on this special weekend. Alfredo, what can you tell us?
Yeah, Esteban, so the NBA world descended onto Salt Lake City, Utah to celebrate the league's best during the 2023 All-Star Weekend. The party started on Friday with the Celebrity All-Star Game and the Rising Stars Challenge before Saturday welcomed the league's most skilled players. Team Jazz, comprised of Utah's Jordan Clarkson, Walker Kessler, and Colin Sexton, took home the skills challenge, while in the three-point contest, Indiana Pacers guard Tyrese Halliburton put up a contest high of 31 in the first round, but his 25 in the final round wasn't enough to beat Damian Lillard's 26, as he would go on to capture the three-point title. Now, newly signed to the Philadelphia 76ers, Mac McClung set the dunk contest alight, finishing nearly perfect, getting a max score of 50 on all but one of his dunks. And many claim that he actually saved the dunk contest.
And the main event, what can you tell us about the All-Star Game itself?
Yeah, at the All-Star Game, Team Giannis ended up beating Team LeBron, and Boston Celtics duo Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown stole the show, combining for 90 points and a fierce one-on-one between the two of them after getting drafted to opposing teams. Tatum would go on to drop 55 and be crowned All-Star Game MVP. And I will add, the past two All-Star Game MVPs have gone on to win the NBA championship. So who knows what might happen in Boston this year.
And we had some Heat players there as well. How was South Florida represented at the All-Star Game?
Yeah, the Miami Heat's participation at All-Star Weekend was limited to a lackluster appearance from Tyler Hero in the three-point contest after putting up a score of 16 and getting eliminated in the first round. Bam Adebayo made an appearance at the All-Star Game after getting his second career All-Star selection and put up 4 points and 1 assist during the game.
Thank you, Alfredo. And we have more on the other side with the men's basketball team for the University of Miami continues their historic season.
Sideline's Anthony Blanco has more with the Hurricanes after the break.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
The Hurricanes continued their 6-game win streak here at home against the Wake Forest Demon Deacons. They showcased their new uniforms to celebrate Black excellence and shine throughout the game.
Sideline's Anthony Blanco has more with the story.
With March Madness on the horizon, UM students and fans are here at the Watsco Center to see their team take on Wake Forest in one of the last games of the regular season. Miami shocked the country last year when they reached the Elite Eight for the first time in the program's history.
We're going to the Final Four at least.
I'm going to try and get a chance.
No doubt.
I expect us to be ranked a lot higher than we are right now. I know we're the 15th seed. I can see us inside the top 10 based on our play. I think Laurenega is a genius. You see it in the way we play. But I'm definitely expecting big things out of this team. Just seeing the highlights right now, I could tell you right now, this team is not one to be messed with.
Miami's leading scorer, Isaiah Wong, played a big role in last year's run. However, this year's team could see some newer faces shine on the biggest stage.
I mean, I feel great about the team. You know, coming in this season, 2 transfers, 4 freshmen. We're still figuring out how to play with each other. But now I feel like we are in a good spot, and each game going more and more and more, getting close to March Madness. I just think we're playing so much better with each other.
Miami was able to extend their win streak to 6 games and have just 3 games remaining before the big tournament takes place. For Sideline of South Florida Media Network, I'm Anthony Blanco.
That's all the time we have for today. I'm Esteban Rodriguez.
And I'm Kenneth Bueno. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next week on The Sideline.